Dennis out in the open, he has 360 degrees of movement. So I can use a wall, you know, a dumpster, a car, something like that to my advantage to limit his mobility, to kind of control the ways he can move. So all our clinch entries, we talked about getting in here and driving against a wall. Different ways we could be holding our hands, but just like the ground, right? If I have my hands locked behind him and this is a hard surface, what's gonna happen, right? May not be a big deal depending on how big we are, how fast we're moving, but I don't necessarily need to lock my hands in some of these positions because I have something like this. So an underhook, for example, I can just kind of like put my hand against the wall. I don't necessarily physically need to be grabbing him. Similar concept, I want to get at least one underhook on him. It doesn't matter which side, but I want to get one underhook. How do we get an underhook? Pummeling, right? Once I get that, the same leg I want to be forward and I want to be driving him into the wall. If I can physically get my knee to the wall or to whatever this is, I'm controlling his movement. So I'm driving in off my back foot. I'm kind of finding my lead shoulder and kind of getting pressure in the center of his chest to pin him against this. Something to think about weapon retention wise if you're carrying a weapon. I'm right-handed, I typically have a gun on my right hip. So if I can, and I can ratchet him up this direction, it's kind of limiting his ability to grab at things with that hand. Now, that said, body type dependent, right? If I'm with Sean, if I'm with Chantry, taller people, they may still be able to reach, right? So if it's someone similar to your build, you may be able to crank them up enough that they can't reach whatever that is. If they're really tall, they may still be able to. There's a lot of takedowns we can use from here to achieve a dominant position. Yesterday, we kind of talked about getting that body lock and just sitting them down, right? Sitting them down, the same one you did out in the open. It doesn't really change. Another really effective takedown from here is kind of just cranking up and pushing and taking out that leg, okay? Really simple, really easy. Get your underhook, get your leg in. I'm like lifting and cranking his body off balance. See how off balance he is before I even try this? And then I'm coming down and I'm just gonna continue driving to a dominant position. One more time, I get my clench, I get my underhook, I get shoulder pressure into his chest, I get my knee to the wall, I start lifting, driving, and walking. I don't want to stay right here, why? Right? Legs are dangerous, guard is dangerous, even if he's untrained. So I either want to get away from those legs, or I want to get past those legs to some of the positions we've been talking about.
When you scoop that leg, do you want to keep control of it afterwards so you can not get stuck in that leg?
Situational dependent. So you're saying, do I want to keep this?
Yeah.
I could. Or I could not, just depends what I want to do. It's not really make or break.
What kind of position are you looking for on top after you've done the takedown?
Neon berry.
So we haven't really hit on knee on belly yet, but it's probably the most logical flow from here. So I get, boom, it's just stepping out and pinning him to the wall with your shin.